Hey everybody, Omega Alden plays Civilization 6 Gathering Storm continues with our Pericles of Greece playthrough. This is another one of Omega Alden's after the fact commentary because I messed things up and OBS did not record my mic input during this game. So this is going to be a late one for me. Hope you guys enjoy it though. We're looking to expand our territory still. Let's see. We also see that Rome is out there west of us. We've spotted their territory, but we don't know about them right now. Indian Ocean's in the way. I'd really like to settle down on that little strip of land that I was running the cursor over there. There's some nice stuff. It looks like I think there was a barbarian camp that you could see visible from there. What are we looking at right now? Checking our era score. We're 8 points away from the next thing there. We always have the option of getting a hoplite. I think we're going to queue up a galley here just to get the first boat progress and also just to be able to start exploring the water a little more. What else are we looking at? We're about to get our... What are we going for in the technology tree? We're thinking about celestial navigation as the thing. Harbors would be nice. We have a lot of territory for that. What's our little building here? A building for settlers dropping things is about to be done.
Don't reinvent.
So we'll be able to get settlers giving us workers. That's what it is. We'll get that pretty soon. Just doing a little bit of fixing up our new city. Workers putting in some good work. We're thinking about ways of which we can acquire some era score here. Getting multiple galleys was a thing. Getting the hanging gardens out there is what we're looking at right now. Getting a wonder in that little spot between our theater squares is what we're thinking about, and I think I tried that to queue that up here, so let's see how that goes for us. I talked about it, that you guys have mentioned that I should have got it earlier. Maybe that's the case, but I kept waffling about it because I was like, there's other stuff to get that's valuable. The wonder obviously makes our theater squares a little better, but there's a lot of stuff to improve in our territory that I felt like we could do some other things. We're picking up engineering. We were looking at the aqueduct. Aqueduct, as of the patch, is a little more beneficial, so I'm more likely to try to use it for some housing these days. The reason it's more beneficial is just because of the adjacency bonus with industrial zones you can get, which is... It now provides all those things, aqueducts, canals, etc. There might be more. Aqueducts, canals, dams. Those get you +2 adjacency bonuses, which is really nice for that. I just missed what we picked up, by the way, because I was talking about the adjacency bonuses. So we're starting the hanging gardens in our capital. Pingala is going to get us some researcher action because our science was 13.3. Now it's up to 21.3. A big boost for us taking that one. 22.8 now even. We're looking to improve our science. We see that it's lacking, and we'd like to figure something out. So I'm thinking of just trying to find some decent spots. I'd really like some +2s, +3s at least. I don't think we're going to find much better than that in our current environment. But this spot we grabbed from Athens, it does take away some of the room from Athens, but it gets us a +2. It also makes that theater adjacent to it one better, I think. So it's not a bad choice for us, and I think that's where we're going to drop the first of a couple campuses. I don't know. We're probably talking about the wonder adjacency bonuses right there. I kind of went over that, but if I can get that wonder dropped right in there, or a wonder dropped in there, both of those theater squares will get +2, which it's not incredible, but it's pretty good, especially if you can tie it to a decent wonder. The thing was, I wasn't super hyped about hanging gardens. Oh! And here we go. We lost the ability to make hanging gardens. We also lost the ability to make the Oracle at the same time. So somebody finished both of them. And now we're on to something else. And I believe we're going to choose to make a campus and drop it right there where we were dropping the wonders. Because it's going to get us a +3 bonus right now. We can't get a Colosseum. We can't get a Mausoleum, obviously. And we also can't get pyramids here. So our capital has no choice for any wonders right now. But we desperately need science. And a +3 is pretty juicy. I gotta say it's pretty good. Alright? I can't argue with it. You know, and it does provide +1, I think, to both of the theaters as well. So it's not too shabby. I'm not upset about it. You shouldn't be upset about it either, please. But I know it would have been nice to have a wonder right there. But I think that's a pretty good looking campus, if I'm going to be honest with you. Which I am. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a good looking campus. Every city needs an Acropolis, pretty much. So I'm probably looking right now at how we might do that. Granary is also nice in this setup. We don't have fresh water, so... Granary is almost always useful. Connoisseur Pingala has arrived. Our culture is already great, but this is just going to boost it to top tier levels, I feel like. It's going to be at least, what? We're going to be at like 52, maybe? How big was our city? I guess it's only adding 7, but it's also multiplied, so... Once it updates, we'll see where it is. It's going to be in the low 50s. I called 52. It was 51.9. I would call that close to correct. Our city over here, Turtleton, is nearly formed. That's a decent get for us. We need to start working on shipbuilding, I think. I don't know. We gotta get out there. We gotta spread the love. We gotta get settlers onto other continents, onto other islands. Make some good work. We got our gallery coming up in 4 turns. Did it say we're running out of turns right now, I think. Galley's coming up in 4 turns. It's gonna get us 2 era score. That campus is 5 turns away. That's +3. So those 2 together get us 5. That got us another 1. So now we are, as long as I did the math correct, I think we're good to go in the 5 turns it takes to finish that campus. I'm probably doing the math in the game right now just to confirm, but yeah, I think we're good. Dude, the Brussels. How did you get so many envoys, Tamiris? I don't appreciate it. I don't respect it. I mean, I do respect it. That's what I'm going for is the envoy game. So you being able to lock down the fort in Brussels like that, it's impressive. Grenada's ability. Was it the Alcazar? I think it's the Alcazar. That's a pretty good one. It gives culture to the tiles, and it also gives science-based on appeal. So that's pretty good. We've got a free worker here that we're able to go get our turtles locked in, which is nice. Go ahead and get that. Ooh, and a builder. I forgot about that. You gotta love getting a free builder from a goodie hut. That's always a good feeling. You're never mad about that one. Not at all. Alright, so we're just going to start improving the territory there. I'd like to get roads going through some of these nastier bits of terrain, so we're going to have one go down here just because, you know, there's no road there. Get a little pathway. Could come in handy at some point. It's better than nothing, at least. So we're in a good position to lock in our heroic age. We're about to get the galley. We've got the 3 points from the campus coming up. We're just thinking about what we want to do for research. I think we're going to go for Celestial Navigation right now. Just get the opportunity to make those harbors. We have a lot of good spots for harbors in this. Lots of +3s and +4s, I think. Definitely +3s. We might have a couple +4s. That right at Ephesus right there, we might have a +4 directly on its west side, in between the two turtles. I think that's a +4 if I've ever seen one. I don't know. We're talking about Tamiris. What do we want? We want to deal with her. Oh yeah, we're seeing if we can trade turtles since we're getting some of these locked in right now. We might as well get some money off of it. Thank you for the trade, my friend. Saladin, did we have any opportunity to trade with you? You gotta sell him 19 horses. Enough to get maximum amount of gold without actually giving them the ability to make a unit. The AI is capable of getting it from elsewhere, most likely, but it's basically them wasting money from my perspective until they have that extra one horse. So that's the way I like to do it, because I'm a jerk like that. To the AI, they deserve to give me the gold and not have enough to make a horseman out of it. Or a courser. Not to be confused with a corsair.
I don't believe in astrology.
I don't believe in astrology. Well, then, fine, Sean Bean. You don't need to rub it in our face. Okay, so we're getting the turtles. That place is pretty decent. It's got a lot of luxuries around, some strategic, or not strategic, bonus resources, and it's an okay little town. Lots of woods in our area. I might be counting the number of I don't know what I'm doing right now. There's a lot of rainforest in the middle of our area, which would go nicely with the one wonder, which I can't remember the name of right now. It'd be good if we could secure that that rainforest wonder. The name eludes me right now. But with the combination of being able to pick up lumber mills on rainforest once you hit the appropriate civic, that wonder really starts to shine now, I feel like. You're still giving up immediate benefits by not chopping away rainforest, but you could have a pretty strong set of tiles if you give it a little time. I think that the thing is, though, that giving things time is probably still not the most beneficial thing to do. I think lumber mills on forests are probably more likely to be a strong get. Like that's one thing where maybe you're like, maybe I don't want to chop as many of my woods down because I can get some good, strong lumber mills. But we locked in our golden age, everybody. Yeah. And we got serfdom at the same time. So we've got serfdom, colonization. I probably should undo the wonder one because I don't think that's getting us any benefit right now. I don't think we're doing anything, but I didn't change it. I still have it right now. I think I probably drop it soon, but I don't know. I know I drop it at some point. It's just how long do I go with a useless policy card? Sometimes quite a bit. It's hard to keep some of the... Like, sometimes you have a grand strategy where you're like, man, I really want to build this wonder. So you queue it up, and then you don't do it. But you have the faith that you're going to do it, and that's why you put the card in place. To just kind of make yourself feel like you're going to do it. You get the satisfaction of the idea of it without actually following through. Which is actually a real problem with with people a lot of the time. Sometimes you get an idea and you're like, as soon as you tell somebody about it, you get like you get sense of satisfaction from it. And it stops you from actually... You feel like you did the thing even though you just talked about the thing. Which is kind of a weird thing, but I think it's actually common behavior among a lot of people. I try not to tell people about things that I find important to me because of that. Because I don't want to fall into that thing where I've convinced myself somehow psychologically that I've already gotten the reward from it and I haven't done anything for it. So that doesn't make a lick of sense. That's my new... Why do I keep saying a lick of sense? I feel like I'm saying it too much.
And all I
When you sit around and talk to yourself for hours at a time, it becomes easy to start noticing when you say weird things like that. What are we looking for right now? We're talking about lumber mills, probably. Let's not talk about those lumber mills. Let's talk about all these olives we're getting. Olive oil would be proud right now. Popeyed would be all about this. Oh, we gotta trade that. Yeah. Tamiris, you want some of these olives? I think you do. Heck yeah, you do. Give me that money. Give me that money. You don't want any coffee. Alright, that's fair. Tamiris, do you want coffee? You have your own source of coffee. That makes perfect sense. So we're building more settlers. We're still continuing to try to expand our little empire here. It's not so little anymore. We're getting a respectable empire. I think we have like 7 or 8 cities right now. Nothing crazy, but okay. What are we looking up? I was looking at Machu... Oh, I was trying to remember the... I still can't remember it. I was trying to remember the title of the Rainforest Wonder. And I think I looked at this for a little bit and I'm like, I can't find it. Or maybe I did find it. It's obviously not Casa. Why are you hovering over in that, you madman? We're just looking at various wonders now. Just thinking, pondering. And then I was trying to remember where Apadana was. This comes from political philosophy, though. Somebody already built this. I remember. Apadana would be a nice one to have picked up along the way, but I think that was one of them that got snagged real early in this game. Like, potentially even before I had political philosophy, I think somebody had built that one. So, no getting that one for us. Not this time. I think we're going to chop this spot, and it belongs to Argus right now, so it's going to get progress on that settler. But we're going to switch it over to our city here, I think, to give it a theater. That's going to be our theater tile. You won't get any adjacency bonus from it being out there, but we have a lot of decent adjacency bonuses elsewhere. You're still getting an envoy out of it. And anything we place around it will make it better. Trading him some horses for some money on open borders, that's not bad. What do we have now? Natural philosophy. We could slot in for a little bit of science. The science is behind. What do we drop it in for? Oh, we finally get rid of the wonder card. That's a good call. We're not building any wonders right now. We don't need to be wasting a policy card on that. So I don't know how many turns we went through with the wonder building thing. We were at least trying to build wonders for a little bit, but they kept getting snagged out from under us, so it is what it is. Are we gonna build another campus here? I forget. A +2 campus is tempting when our science is low like this. It also would probably raise the other campus a little bit. Let's see, how many things are adjacent to it? It might only give them a half and not bump it in this case. I don't remember what campus to campus adjacencies are. I think it's minor. So you need 2 of them for an upgrade, but I might be wrong on that one. I'd have to look it up. So Pingala, we've got the 2, we got production and, or not production, we got the culture and we got the science. Who did we just grab? If not Liang, I think, was what we just grabbed, right? Lots of sea tiles here. Lots of room for fisheries. So we're looking at spots where fisheries would be strong. I think there's most of our cities that she could be effective here. But there's a couple that are a little better than others. Ephesus would be a decent one. Ephesus. What else is happening now? We're working on horseback riding just to get through to other tasks. I think we're working towards... Are we working towards machinery right now? Trying to remember what we had clicked. Theology will get us an extra envoy. We're all about envoys, so that's the reason we're chasing that at the present moment. Not for anything else from it. We're like, it's a cheap envoy, so why not? Why not? So we could get a +2 if we were to get rid of our plantation there. I think we just end up dropping it on the open tile with no adjacency bonus, which I'm fine with. The rest of our Acropolises are getting pretty good adjacencies. Like I said, it gets us an envoy, which is nothing to be mad about. Especially, you know, every Susie status we get is +1 diplomatic favor per turn, and we're gonna need a lot of that to be able to succeed here. Our goal, as you know, we've got the ability to grab Grenada, but we're gonna wait a turn because we want to just get the era score for the upgrade next time. Omega Alden's using his noodle a little bit in this case. Just a little. Trying to be a little smarter with our era score allotments. Nice heroic age. So unfortunately, you know, we're going to get monumentality. We don't have any faith generation at all. So that part's not going to be good for us. We're up against a normal age Saladin, dark age Tamiris. But we're going to get free inquiry, pen, brush, and voice, and monumentality. That gets us more movement from builders, more culture from districts, and then if we manage to make some commercial and districts and harbors, we'll get a little more science in the time being as well, which is good. So one thing we should focus on is getting some more commercial / harbor up. We need trade routes eventually. The earlier you get them, the better, but we definitely need more than one. So monumentality is not a win for us at all in this case. I mean, you do get the movement for the workers, which is nice, but the rest of it is kind of garbage. Lumber mill's coming up in 3 turns. We're going to shorten that because I buy the water mill just to knock off 2 turns on construction. I figured Athens needed it. I don't know. We had a decent amount of money. Cutting turns off of things with purchases, especially cutting research time down, I like a lot. All right, we have duplicates of the chosen luxury resource grant amenities, and then we've got double points towards great people of this class. So right now, we're trying to figure out how we want to approach this, right? So I start by looking at the great people screen, because the bottom one, I'm like, okay, what do people like? What are people getting? Because I'm trying to figure out, I want to align myself with what the world wants right now. That's what I'm trying to figure out. And it's going to be a learning effort here and trial and error, and hopefully we manage it. But the AI is, I don't always know what they're going to vote for, especially with new policies popping up. So great writers, not a lot of people are getting points there. So like the artistry stuff is probably a no-go. Merchants, some people had some strong stuff. Scientists, I felt like people had a good amount. So I'm betting on science in this case, based on what people had available to them. So I'm gonna go great scientist, dump an extra point into that, and then for amenities, I was gonna choose duplicates of something that I know I had and other people had, hoping that that they'd be like-minded about it and just that they had extra copies, maybe get some use out of it. So in this case, I look around. My ideas were either olives or coffee, I think, after looking at this screen, because olives we had a few sources. Coffee, I think we also had two sources. And then the beauty of coffee in my mind is that we know at least Tamiris has coffee. So if she has multiple sources of coffee, I feel like she'd want to vote for that. But the unfortunate part of this screen is that you can't go look at what amenities they have without looking at their land. Because if you can't trade with them when this thing is up, so you can't actually tell what everybody has. You just have to go from memory. Or like I said, if you have their map open, you can figure it out. So go ahead and select coffee, my friend. That's what you want to do. You're thinking about it, but you're like, nah, we'll go to olives. How about that coffee? Click the coffee. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so those are choices. We're voting for extra from coffee. We're voting for great scientists. We think that we win the coffee one, but then we look at it and we're like, oh wait, everybody voted against coffee. What happened out there? They ruined. Everybody was like, no, you don't get luxuries from this crap. They're anti-caffeine in this world, and I don't know why. But also, basically, they ruined all my chances. Do I look at the Great General screen? I don't know if I click on it, but I'm upset by people voting. Did they vote down Great General? I saw 7 votes. I don't even remember. Maybe they voted down the other thing. I think they've changed the behavior on how they vote now that it's a victory condition thing. So this is going to be a little interesting for me to try to align myself with what the AI is doing. I'm not used to them voting things down, and it seems like that might be the tendency now, is to, instead of trying to improve themselves, they're trying to hurt other people. So if we can keep that in mind, maybe we can get some work in. I gotta figure something out though, because that's how we get our diplomatic victory points. So it's a learning curve right now. Hopefully we have the ability to handle it, but who knows? Who knows? There's always a possibility when I start these things that I end up failing it, but hopefully there's no failure involved here, and we secure our diplomatic victory with the new rule set. Our two nations have never been stronger. May you have many victories in times of peace. Tamiris, I'm glad you respect me so. I like the kind words. Crazy horse lady. Oh, we got our first rider. So I didn't see. I know it was I know that great
thunderbolt to the lordly mountains.
I know Great General won, but did it? Are they not producing points? Or are they getting double points right now? They might be not producing points based on the. I think it was like 7-4 A and B. So I think there were 4 votes in A, and 2 of those were for scientist. So I'm gonna guess that it was a negatory for the general points. Now it's time to start dropping some harbors, especially when we get the science benefit from the gold output. I choose to drop the harbor more inland here just to have more coastal tiles to hit it up with. Since I had the 2+3s, I had to make that decision. But that's why I chose the one that was a little further inland, or in the little bay area. We're getting close to another settler, which is not going to eat any of our population, thanks to Mr. Magnus. That's good news. And let's see. I think I was worried about it losing a population, and then I remembered Magnus was there. Because I was like, oh, I need to drop a district there because we're at 7 population, and the settler's going to take one away. And then I put 2 and 2 together after a little bit and realized I don't need to do that at all. I think I might still lock one in just to have it. But the original idea was that I needed to do it just to get this. And now I'm looking at dropping an entertainment district down because I'm thinking about getting a Coliseum. Coliseum's a little deep in, so it's not too hard to get from the AI, I feel like. Because you need an entertainment district, you need to have a stadium or whatever inside it. And then you need a flatland adjacency for the thing, so it requires enough built that I feel like you have a chance of getting it over some of the other things out there. Yeah, buddy. Picked up another Susie out there. And now we're like, hey, we just met Babylon. This is a good little chain of things. Getting Babylon would be nice because we're going to definitely have great works of writing. Getting +2 science from each of them is nothing to sneeze at. So we're still rocking urban planning, serfdom, colonization, natural philosophy, and charismatic leader. I don't think we're changing it based on what we had there. I'm happy with the policy cards at the present moment. Although I'm not building any more settlers right now, so maybe I should have switched it out for something else. It's always a hard thing, because I am really looking to expand. And also, we're about to get shipbuilding, so we're moving our guys to venture down to the island below us. I want to secure a landing point for our settler friend. Naval tradition will get us another envoy, which puts us, you know, in striking distance of more and more Susie statuses. We found a barbarian quadrireme over there, but he kind of wandered off. I just took a quick peek at our culture, and right now we're at 80 culture per turn. Saladin's 28, and Tamiris is 27, so that's pretty good. We are very strong in the ways of culture. Kilwa Kisawani would be a nice one. This is why we're going towards machinery here. +3 envoys when built, and then you get more bonuses from Susie's status. So with our agenda, with what we're going for, this lines up perfectly. So it'd be great to get this one. It'd be a good one. I would not be upset. All right. Good job, my friends. Dump yourselves into the sea. Find new lands to call your home. All right, we gotta run from that quadrireme. He's beating us up. Picking up naval infrastructure soon might not be a bad idea once we get some harbors in place, but we don't have any built right now, so it's an obvious do not care about right now. We've got a little barbarian camp there next to the Sea of Crete. There's a spot for that archer to go shoot at it from across, so we can deal with it pretty easily, hopefully. Sending our boys down to check out this island. It's looking pretty nice for us. We can at least get a couple cities in here, hopefully, that are decent for us. I'm happy with it. There's a big long coastline on the left side, so really there's only a couple. Like we can either go down halfway across the island and land on the bottom left, or we could land on the top right and then see what we can do. Right now, I'm counting the number of jungle tiles around the city to see how useful that wonder would be. I would be pretty excited to have it there. So. Because I think we counted something like maybe 6 tiles available to us if we could get it built there. Which is not bad. Obviously. Oh no! Our archer's getting beat up by a rogue quadrireme. We need to get him out of there. And then deal with that son of a gun. He's going to make it harder to take that camp out than we originally anticipated. Or at least I originally anticipated. So I think we're going to build we're going to take our settler into the little top area. In between those 2 mountains right there where I got the cursor. That's going to be our spot that we want to drop our settler. It's a little close to our other city, but it's a reasonable set of land for an additional town, at least as far as I'm concerned. What else? 9 turns on that entertainment district we're making. You know, we're a ways away from being able to make a coliseum if we want. And then I think we just double check to see if our writer could do anything. He cannot. 3 turns he can do something, though. We'll have that amphitheater built in Athens. We're at 84 culture per turn. 29 and 27 is Saladin and Tamiris. We're at 56 science per turn. Saladin's 56. Tamiris is 50. Score-wise, we're within striking distance of Saladin. Tamiris is about 62, it looks like, points above us at 288. Saladin's in 3rd place on the scoreboard for science, so since we're tied with him there, we're feeling like we're in a pretty decent spot. Somebody could be way above us, but they could also be just like right within the same range, so we're feeling pretty good about where we are as far as science per turn. Culturally, I'm very, very happy with 83.7. They're putting Tamiris in 2nd just because of her 15 tourism, I think. But she's got 27.2 culture per turn. So we're 3 times the amount of culture per turn as her, which is great. So we don't know what number 1 is, but I'm feeling like we might be beating them in culture per turn as well. Let's see. Score-wise, we're at the bottom of the chart with 226, but we're only 108 points behind number 1, who has 334. We don't know who it is, but they're not too far ahead of us. So, as far as our numbers go, I'm feeling pretty good. We have I think, a good trajectory right now. Nothing unusual going on in these. 2 of 8 was the highest there. Unfortunately, you know, several people have 2 of 20, and we don't have any diplomatic points right now, which is crushing to my ego and also to our forward chance of success here, I guess. I don't know how else to describe it. We need diplomatic points is the thing. So we need to be able to learn. We need to be able to learn what these guys are up to and handle it. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Like the video if you're enjoying it. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more. I'll catch you guys next time. I do have to dub the next one, but I don't know if I'm going to get to it tonight, so we'll see. You might get 2 right now.